Hey guys! The day is finally here! So we're gonna look at a little bit of my Star Wars collection today. I briefly spoke about my collecting of Star Wars paraphernalia in one of my previous videos, and some of y'all expressed interest in seeing my stuff. So here's the tip of the iceberg. Now, remember, this is just what I have in my place in New York. This is my apartment in New York where I live full time. But the real, I'm trying to think of like a fancy French word. The real creme de la creme of my collection is actually in Rhode Island, where my parents live, because that's where all my childhood stuff is. Actually, not all my childhood stuff, because thanks, Mom, for throwing away all my stuff after I went away to college. She literally threw away all of my stuff, all of my toys, all of my stuff, except for my Star Wars things, because she knew that if she did that, the universe would implode. So thankfully, she kept all of my Star Wars toys and my favorite things ever up there. So maybe if you guys like this video, I could do a part 2 with some stuff that I get in Rhode Island and do a video up there one of those times I go visit my parents. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. I don't know where to start. I guess I'll start with my books, because that's actually something else that I was interested in doing with you guys, was looking through some of my Star Wars books that I grew up reading and looking at, and actually reading them with you guys or for you guys, and you guys kind of listen along as I read through them, and I get to re-enjoy my, my love of reading about the Star Wars extended universe, or more like I don't really have any of my extended universe books anymore, but I have a lot of, you'll see, I have a lot of like encyclopedia-esque books about Star Wars, which I personally prefer, because I really like learning about like all these cool, I'll explain later, but I love learning about like the B'omar monks, at Jabba's palace, and like the Tusken Raiders, or Sand People as you laymen call them. I really like learning about all of that kind of stuff. I find it so interesting. But anyway, okay, let's start. Let's start with the basics. Here's my, this is the copy that I had from childhood, my Star Wars book that has all 3 Star Wars stories in it. So it has A New Hope, the original Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. And the first Star Wars is written by George Lucas, obviously, but I think he wrote that after he had already written the screenplay and directed A New Hope. So it was kind of like, I don't know. I'm not like the biggest fan of these, just because I feel like, why? Like, unless, it's cool. Reading is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful pastime. And it's really a great way to feel connected to the universe and the characters, so that's fine. But I feel like as far as the story goes, I'd rather know things that I didn't already know or understand. And then Return of the Jedi was by James Caan, who, if I recall correctly, wrote a lot of the extended universe stuff, I think. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, it's a good, it's nice. This one's pretty cool. This is a box set, Star Wars box set of 3 different most loved characters from Star Wars. So we have the Darth Vader book, which is all stories about Darth Vader, Anakin, obviously, Skywalker, which I have not read just because it's very prequel heavy on its content. So I'm really into that. Luke Skywalker, who obviously, this is beautiful art, by the way. I kind of want to like frame that and be really creepy. Honestly, I have not read all of these. I think I started the Luke Skywalker one and the Obi-Wan one, both of which are pretty well written. I mean, it's not, it's no great, it's not F. Scott Fitzgerald, it's not even Stephen King. It's, they're good. but I'm really in it more for the character development and backstories and stuff like that. Oh, this is cool. Concept to screen. This is a nice one. So it's got some really nice images. It has a lot of the concept art. Here's R2. Look how cute he is. I love R2 so much. Yeah, it's really a beautiful, beautiful book. It has some of the original models from the original trilogy. It's got the Jawa's junk truck, whatever that thing's called. Sandcrawler. I should have known that. A sandcrawler. I knew that. I knew it was called a sandcrawler. The Jawa junk truck, excuse me. Oh, there's Nova. We knew it was only a matter of time until she was here. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's them building it. You see that? Wow. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is a book I'd love to go through with you guys. It's so funny because, as y'all know, I'm a school teacher, so every day I'm like sitting and reading books to the 4-year-olds like this. Oh wow, there's the merchandise. So fascinating. Yeah, really cool stuff. So yeah, that's a great. I can't. I need to work on my Chewy impression. Ooh, the original movie script for Empire. My personal favorite movie. This one, you know, I got this one on eBay, so it has a little bit of wear and tear to it, but it's overall pretty nice. Whoa. We got some, oh, there's like a little slice in here. I'll put a little tape on there. But yeah, that's what happens when you get things on eBay. At the time, I wasn't going for the quality of the item as much as I was just to get the content, just to be able to read it. So this has the entire screenplay script for The Empire Strikes Back, which is clearly my favorite. I just happened to open the page where Lando's talking about Cloud City, where he's explaining to Leia and Han about Cloud City. Our operation is small enough not to be noticed, which is advantageous for everybody, since our customers are anxious to avoid attracting attention to themselves. Aren't you afraid the Empire is going to find out about this little operation and shut you down? Oh my gosh, like, you can't beat it, dude. Can't beat it. Why did you make a Han Solo movie again? Remind me why you ruined this perfectly awesome character by making him a pansexual. What does that mean? He is the most hot-blooded ladies' man in the galaxy, and you made him a pansexual? Look at that. Is that the face of a man that would have sex with anything? That is a hot-blooded ladies' man, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm not gonna talk, I'm not gonna rant about the new stuff, and just happens sometimes. The movie trilogy source book. Ooh, yeah, okay. This one's pretty nice. I haven't looked at most of these for quite some time. Ooh, it's got a nice antiquated smell to it, yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. So keep in mind the books that I'm picking up, and let me know. I want to like cast a vote of which one you would like me to start reading from first. I'm thinking it's going to be one of the more encyclopedia-esque books, just because I feel like those are. Oh, these are beautiful. These are the art of Star Wars. So they have some they have concept art, like Han Solo's original concept drawings, costumery, is that a word? All that stuff. Like he was it's amazing how completely different they all were and what types of images and characters they actually ended up settling on. It's very cool. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful book. Oh God, I love it. Great book. Beautiful. Slap in the book. So when The Force Awakens came out, I went to see it with my boyfriend and his best friend, who's subsequently become one of my best friends as well, who is a huge Star Wars fan. And my boyfriend had not even seen Star Wars till we started dating. blasphemy. So me and his friend Ian are like obsessed with Star Wars, but Ian's like an everything Star Wars kind of guy. He loves everything Star Wars. Like, bless him. I wish I had it in me to not be such a freaking Star Wars snob. I wish I loved the prequels. I wish I loved the Clone Wars and all of those. I mean, I never actually really got to see any of those, but I wish I loved all of Star Wars, but I can't do it. But anyway, he's an awesome Star Wars fan. I love it. It's awesome. We bond on that for sure. And we actually went to see, there was a museum in New York at the time that had all of the costumes from Star Wars, from the original trilogy, from the prequels. And it's just like, it was so cool to see that. And it was right after The Force Awakens, obviously, so Han Solo had just passed, and I was reeling from his passing. And it was really cool because I got to see I think it was the original carbonite structure that he was in, which was just so cool. And I got to, like, I was wearing a Star Wars shirt, obviously, and I got to take photos next to it, and I took photos next to Yoda and Princess Leia and R2-D2. Excuse me. I got too excited. Oh my gosh. Now I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. Let me patch this ridiculous cough of mine. It's just like, who cares at this point? If you see me keep looking over there, it's because Nova has jumped onto the tippity top of the bathroom door, which she does when she wants me to pick her up and give her attention. So I have the same thing for The Empire Strikes Back. I remember I got these ones on eBay, and I was looking for the Return of the Jedi one, but the person that I was kind of in a trying to, the space slug. Look at that art. Isn't that beautiful? The colors, textures, really nice stuff. I like these books a lot. Oh yeah. Oh, and it has it categorized by planet, so here are all the Dagobah monsters, swamp guys. I can't wait. This is getting me excited for my favorite, or one of my favorite books that I'm gonna show you guys that I'm hoping I can read to you guys. Look at this with Yoda and Obi-Wan's Force Ghost talking to Luke on the X-Wing before he leaves for Cloud City. So cool. These are beautiful pictures. I meant to just like show you guys these things, but now Bespin, when they're first flying to Cloud City. Do you remember that music? And I don't think it was in the original trilogy. I think that's one, I mean, not the original release. I think that's one thing that Lucas did well. I think he added the choral music to the scene when they were flying to Bespin. Because I think before that, correct me if I'm wrong, I think before that, John Williams hadn't used any choral music until the final throne room scene with Luke and Darth Vader when they're fighting, after Luke attacks the Emperor. I think that's the first time I remember hearing a chorus sing in any of John Williams' work. But then when the re-release came out, I think there was beautiful choral tones when they were flying Bespin in that very scene there. Oh, you guys. You're gonna have to bear with me as I fawn over this beauty. Yeah, great stuff. I highly recommend both of these books if you would like to look through any of the concept art and the film art. And I mean, I didn't even get into the text, but I'm sure it's well done. Nova's falling off the door. That's what happens when you try to get mama's attention. Little brat. Okay, this is the Essential Chronology. I remember I wanted this one really bad when I was a kid, and every time I went to Barnes & Noble, I would save up my money to get things like this, which happens to be one of my favorites. And I think it's more because I love animals so much than the fact that it's actually a great book or anything, but it's really, 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 really freaking cool. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna come back to this one. I started reading this one. Let me see if I can refresh my, oh yeah. I remember the illustration kind of annoying me. I marked the page where I didn't finish. This is cool, kind of annoying, only because the canon, I think, has changed since this. So it goes back into the galaxy. I think it starts, hang on, let me see if I can refresh my memory where this begins. It has some really cool stuff. So it starts with Tales of the Ancient Jedi Knights, the emergence of the Sith, the legacy of the Sith, Part 2, the Empire and the New Order. New Order, interesting. Whoa, when was this written? I mean, listen, I guess I didn't really keep up with the Extended Universe stuff, so I didn't realize that the New Order was an Extended Universe thing until like the last 5 years or so. It's cool. The illustrations are very comic book-esque, but it has a lot. I mean, it has Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul, who, if you guys like the prequels, I'm sure that's great. But I really prefer the lore before. The lore before the prequels came out. Oh, this, okay, this. Oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. I think we should start with this one. If I'm gonna read you guys a book, I feel like I'm talking to my students. I'm gonna read you guys a book. I want it to be this one. The Illustrated Star Wars Universe. Highly, 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 highly recommend. Because, okay, first of all, the art is by Ralph McQuarrie. McQuarrie? I'm part Irish. I should know how those things are pronounced, but I don't know. So the art is by him and Kevin J. Anderson, who also wrote, I think, parts of the. Yeah, he wrote the chronology. Kevin Anderson. He's written a lot of stuff. He's done a really good job getting a lot of the information out. I mean, just look at that tauntaun. I'm sure you guys already know this joke, but what is the average internal temperature of a tauntaun? Lukewarm. Yeah. Good stuff. Ooh, here's the construction of the Death Star. Ralph McQuarrie's art is beautiful. This was an original concept for Endor. Yeah, Endor. So those are Ewoks. So this is so cool because he gives backstories to the planets. I think he goes through all the planets and then all of the inhabitants of those planets. So my favorite planet is personally Tatooine. Close runner-up is Dagobah. Not because I'd want to live there, but because I find them fascinating. Here's a Cloud City one. Oh my gosh, look at this Cloud City one with those cool creatures flying. They're like sky whales. Yeah. Beautiful. His art, man, it's just so beautiful. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, so here's the list of the planets. He goes through the planets, right? Kevin J. Anderson writes the text behind them, and then Ralph McQuarrie did the art, which is just gorgeous. It's stunning art. We start with Tatooine. We go to Coruscant, Dagobah, Hoth, Endor, Bespin, Yavin 4, and Alderaan. And all of these stories, if you guys don't have this book, and if you guys love Star Wars, please get it. Really, find it on eBay or somewhere. Just get it. It's I highly recommend it. Crate Dragon, look at that guy. That's what they look like before they're skeletons, which is all we see of the Crate Dragon in the original trilogy. Although I remember fighting a Crate Dragon in a video game once. I don't remember which game it was, but so beautiful. Tatooine. And it's really cool. It's so immersive. Yeah, I'm remembering this now. I think I read this whole book, but I haven't read it in a few years. But it's so immersive because it's like a field journal. So with every chapter and every planet, you have an author. So, excuse me. So even though Kevin J. Anderson, is writing all of the text, he's so genius at this. He talks about the author. So this is about the author. Indeterminate Hoole, senior anthropologist Hoole, has taken great advantage of his species' astonishing shape-changing and mind-fogging abilities. So, oh yeah, this is like bringing it all back. This dude writes the whole chapter on Tatooine, and he's this anthropologist, but he's like, he's a different species, and he can completely immerse himself amongst the communities that live on Tatooine. So, I don't remember what he said about Jawas, but I remember he immerses himself with the sand people. It's so freaking cool. I mean, and obviously he goes to Mos Eisley. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful. I think that was the original concept art for Greedo, I want to say, and Han Solo. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like them, right? A little standoff, little Mexican standoff, Mos Eisley there. Really well written, really cool. Makes you feel like you're actually reading the reports of an anthropologist, or I think the woman that went to Dagobah was like a biologist of some sort. They were going there and it's so cool because you see this whole backstory. Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills thinking about it. It's very, very cool because it feels like part of the Star Wars universe. It doesn't feel separate. It feels like if you lived in the Star Wars universe and you picked up a book, this is what it would be. So, so cool. There's Jabba's palace. Here's Max Rebo. There's the entrance of Jabba's palace. Look at, you never got to see those little hog guards. You never got to see their wives. Look at her. No wonder they were looking at Princess Leia and her bikini, right? Am I right? Banthas. Beautiful. So this is the one that has the story about the Bomar monks, which I would love to read you guys. It's really, really interesting. So so if you guys don't know what Bomar monks are, I was always fascinated by these guys in the movies. They're these guys that walk around. They look like little robotic spiders, and they walk around with the brains encased in this fluid. And that is actually the brain of a Bomar monk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's like B''MORR. And that's what they look like when they're alive. This little guy here looks like an Oz character. So that's what they look like when they're alive. But apparently once they reach a certain stage of enlightenment, they encase their brains in here and just walk around. I have to read it again because I don't fully remember, but it's like, they're really cool. Bomar monks are one of the most overlooked things in the Star Wars universe, which I like keep it that way. Don't focus on them in a movie, please, because I'm sure you'll ruin it at this point. It's gonna be like, Kathleen Kennedy is gonna be like, make Bomar monks pansexual, enlightened Dalai Lama beings that fight for the rights of every living man, woman, child, pan being. Like, I'm sure she would ruin it. They're cool as they are. Oh, look, there's Salacious Crumb. Just hanging out with that guy. I always forget his name. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I've just spent like 10 minutes on this book. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm stopping myself. This is like pulling a drug away from me right now. This is how good that book is. But I have a feeling we're gonna come back to it. Let me know. Because I think even without you saying yes, we can do it. I'm just gonna start reading it to you guys. My childhood favorite book. This is cool. I wish you guys had feel-o-vision because this is a bumpy texture, and I think even on the back it says, it's not on the back. And somewhere it says that it's dewback skin. It's like encased in dewback skin, which is really cool because it, like, again, it's very engrossing for the reader and the consumer in the Star Wars universe to feel like you picked up a book Like, oh, I just found this book at a store in Coruscant, and you know, and it has dewback skin on it, and they're extinct now because Kathleen Kennedy killed them all. I said I wasn't gonna do it, I'm sorry. So this is basically like a field journal for all of the species that we love and know from Star Wars. I wonder if those weird creatures, yeah, I think they are those weird creatures from what you call it, The Last Jedi are in here. On the ones on the casino planet. So it breaks it down by planet, which was bleh, once again, which I love, because I know Star Wars by its planets and its characters. Obviously, plot points and all that stuff, but I feel like I love the breakdown by planet because you can also break down characters by what planet they're from too. So it's really cool. You have all the, like the different, I mean, they even go into like skeletal depictions. Like, who would have known that banthas had super long tongues that looked like that? And who would have known that they behaved almost identically to the way like our earth elephants behave, especially when they're protecting their young. It's like, it's really cool and cute, and like, look how they fight. They ram. I wish they, I'm pretty sure the blue milk is bantha milk, but I don't think they talk about that here. And look at the sand people bonding with the banthas, and he even has cave art, like our earth, like caveman human drawings, except it's sand people riding banthas. How sweet. Dewbacks. Nova's still on the door. I'm not coming, I'm sorry. So yeah, it goes through all the different animals. Naboo. Naboo. Oh yeah. The Rancor, the Crate Dragon, the Sarlacc. Hey, you guys want to know what a Sarlacc pit looks underneath the pit part? Because I'm about to show you. Get ready. That's what we see. And that's what Boba Fett went through. Poor Boba. Look, it even has little parasitic babies. Oh, it's fascinating. It functions very much like a sand lion. Have you guys heard of sand lions? They're very cool, and I'm pretty sure that's where Lucas or whoever created the concept of the Sarlacc pit got their idea, because sand lions, I believe, are in the arachnid family, and they dig out these little shallow holes that are just slippery enough that ants and similar insects can fall into but not get out. And the harder they try to get out, they actually wake up. Not wake up, it's not like it's sleeping, but it gets the attention of the sand lion, which comes out, grabs it, and pulls it back in. It's really cool. So, yeah, that's the Sarlacc pit. Well, Sarlacc, not Sarlacc pit. Here's the Crate Dragon. See, there's a skeleton that we all know and love on Tatooine, but that's what the Crate Dragon looks like. But I've seen a lot of different depictions of the Crate Dragon. I think this is one of the less appealing ones to me, only because I don't love all the legs. I feel like it's not as formidable as it seemed as a skeleton. Rancor, hey buddy, so cute. I'm sorry. I think Rancors are adorable. I always felt really sad after Luke killed him. Hoth, so we got our Tauntauns. You got your Tauntauns. They're very sweet. Very sweet, very gullible. There's your Wampa. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see the book. I'm just like... So I'm not going to go through this whole thing. Let me see if I can find any more pages that are of particular interest. I love all these. Oh, here's the space slug. Look at its digestive system. Whoa. So they were inside there. And there's some Minox, which like to hang out, get all the goodies. Dagobah. Dagobah is such a cool planet. Look at that. Gorgeous. Naboo, you have Coruscant. Naboo's the longest section, which is really annoying. Endor. Alright, I'm not going to go through all this. Again, taking my drugs away. Okay, let's go through some other stuff. Oh. Here's something that's still in the box. This is new. I got this a couple months ago, and I haven't taken it out of the box yet. But I saw it and I was like, I need this. It's a Star Wars necklace. So you have all the planets, and they're actually real, I think they're real. Real gemstones. Yeah, so you have like, the asteroid belt is white turquoise and tiger eye. You have Alderaan. Oh, Alderaan, which is Phoenix stone. Look at how beautiful Alderaan is. How pretty. So yeah, this is super cool. I haven't worn it yet. I'm just kind of like waiting to take it out for the right time. But I love the way it's set up here because you can see all the planets, and I just think that's really cool. So that's that. It's really beautiful. Death Star, not shown. Coruscant, it's on the back. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of a girly thing. Sorry if y'all were hoping for non-girly. I have two of these. This one sells a tag on it. It's my Rebel Alliance bag. You know, it's nothing. I don't have any of my like real strong collectibles here. I mean, hey, I love this. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Wampa. Han Solo coin bank, which if you think about it is pretty genius. If you think about the underlying message, which is it's a coin bank for money, you know, to make sure that you're saving and not going into debt. But look what happens if you're in debt to someone. Han Solo, prime example. Han Solo was indebted to Jabba the Hutt, and he ended up like this. So save your money, guys, so you can always pay back your debts. Very cute. Oh, my most prized Star Wars possession. My Han Solo blaster. So special. 20th Century Fox Film Corporation. 1977, baby. Look at that beauty. Now that is gorgeous. I don't remember. I want to say I got this at a store in New York, in Manhattan, when I was a kid. It's in pretty good condition. I don't think I've ever put a battery in it to see, but I know it was. Made in Macau. Wow. Don't see that anymore, kids. But yeah, this is just, oh, I love this thing. This I brought with me when I moved here. I moved here 4 years ago, and I don't think I brought any of my Star Wars stuff. All this stuff is new Star Wars stuff that I have, except for this. This I brought with me because it's just like, I need my blaster at my side, kid. I need, you know, I need it. So there you go. There's my blaster. A Yoda Buddha, golden Yoda Buddha statue, because how Buddha-like is Yoda when you think about it. This was a gift from some friends. I think I got it for Christmas a couple years ago, and it's really cute, and I feel like I should put him on my dashboard or something in my car, but I've been keeping him here for now. He's cute. Yeah. Oh, I love these. This is actually, these came out, I believe, when the new release was out. Let's see this. Oh, I need Yoda. Where's Yoda? It's gotta be in there somewhere. Yeah, I have some parts that are small parts, and I don't know where they went. I also had a Tatooine one of these. I'm not sure where that But yeah, so, some of my stuff I think I might have brought home. So here's my Dagobah one. There's a little flying guy. It's pretty cute. There's Yoda's house. Here's a little thing that spins. I believe that's where Yoda was. I gotta find him. I'm not sure where that was. But what I really like about this, oh, that didn't sound good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What I really like about this is that it's like a globe of Dagobah and it's a map. And I'm a sucker for all things like, I like the tangible feeling of having fact-based stuff. Like, I know it's not fact. It's like, at the end of the day, it's Star Wars, but I like the feeling of having like a Star Wars map, a galaxy map, a readout, a blueprint, factual elements behind the universe, because it makes it feel tangible, it makes it feel real, it makes it feel like I could live there if I wanted to. So you have, a polar bog, Rain Lake, here's Yoda's hut, here's Luke's X-Wing crash site, here's the swamp slug sighting, equatorial rock fissures, flying reptile caves, phosphorant stream, upper fungi trough, petrified valley, dragon's deep swamp. Like, it's very cool. I love that. And I have the Tatooine version of this as well, which is great. I have these silly little guys. I just thought they were cute. I don't love this one. It's kind of like, I feel like, I love the Wampa monster. Wampa. I just love the Wampa. I think he's really cool, but I feel like this is not the best artistic representation of him. I don't love the exaggerated paw size and all that, but I do love this little tauntaun guy, which I think is just so cute. Yeah. Oh, he has a little hair on him. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So these are, you know, not the best collector's items. Oh, I love this Dagobah swamp. So here's my plate. Oh, I do have these toys in a little bag here for safekeeping. I loved any and all of the Micro Machine collection that came out, and I'm not sure if all of it was called the Micro Machine collection, but anything like this where you could set up the little world and ooh, where's the cave? So I don't know the, oh yeah, you could put Darth Vader in the cave. Sorry if you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna show you in a second. And then, so you can put him in the cave. And we'll put Obi-Wan over here. And we'll put, okay, so this is the cool part, so. Oh yeah. It's so cute because you can set up little interactions and actions and reactions with this thing. So, okay, let's see. So, Dagobah is one of my favorite planets because I really love the scenes that take place there. And it sets up like a whole bunch of little scenes for you. So, let me see. I think here's the little water dragon creature that swallowed R2-D2. Let's pull this back and see. Oh, no, that didn't do what I wanted to do. I don't remember how to do it. I promise it works. I swear. But anyway, I put R2-D2 in his mouth, and it's really cool when it works because he spits R2-D2 out and he goes flying. Oh my gosh, these pieces are so small. And then you have, okay, so I'm gonna put Luke over here, and he has his arm outstretched, right? And Yoda's gonna be hanging out right next to him. Here you are, Yoda. And where's my little, oh, here's my little lever. So it lifts up, oh, look at, you see that? It lifts up the X-Wing. Oh, he's doing it, you guys. Oh, yeah. This kind of stuff comes in super handy when you're an only child and your parents are gone most of the time. It's great. Here's Yoda's hut. You can open it up and put him in there. It's much more spacious than they would lead you to believe in the films. Look at that. It's pretty spacious for that little guy. I'd live there. I'm not that tall. I could handle it. I think a 5'4 3/4" chick could handle living in Yoda's hut, meditating with the master. And then you have the little tree stump in here, the cave when Luke goes in, and you can kind of turn it around and see See, look, oh, there's just a cave. But oh no, Darth Vader's in there. He's facing himself. Really cool. Very cool. Let me get all these parts out. Sorry, Nova, I'm not picking you up right now. Got it. Safekeeping. Back in the bag they go. Like all responsible toy owners. 5 minutes ago it broke. Dagobah. Like all responsible toy owners. Let's see. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. I would be shocked if any of you are still watching. I apologize. Oh, excuse me. My Obi-Wan Force Ghost to look over me. I think I bought this at a comic book shop in Brooklyn, which is where I've gotten a lot of my things. And I had to get this because it has the original actor that was the Darth Vader's Force Ghost, which, I'm sorry, but screw having Hayden Christensen as the Force Ghost. This is the man we want. Hashtag not my Force Ghost, Hayden Christensen. So yeah, I obviously never took that out of the box. Some things I just feel like I'm a 30-year-old woman. I'm a 30-year-old woman. I don't need to play with toys. I can just enjoy them. Although most of my toys are out of the box and played with. This is obviously still in the box. I got this with the intention of making myself terrariums. So I wanted to make a terrarium with Luke's X-Wing in it. See there? Like a swamp-like terrarium with moss and a little Yoda and stuff. And I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. A Star Wars bracelet. It's rubber. We got some scenes on here. We got Hani and Chewbacca. We got Darth Vader pointing at Leia. We got some Stormtrooper action. We got Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I think that's the Cloud City fight. Yoda, C-3PO, R2. One of my favorite quotes of all time, which I almost said to a 4-year-old the other day when he was misbehaving because his friend was misbehaving. But I didn't say it 'cause it's kind of an obscure thing to say, but I love it. And it's, I mean, say for yourself. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? Obi-Wan. Great quote. There's a little chip on it, but I've had it out. I've had it on my desk for many years. This was a gift. This apparently is from one of the first. I think it's from the original release. But there's no way to date it because there's no year on it as far as I can see. But my boss actually gave me this because her mom used to own a store, or still owns a store in Philly that had all kinds of like pins and stuff, and her mom gave her this and she's like, oh my gosh, I need to give that to Kelly. Because she had actually never even seen Star Wars, so. Oh, my favorite magnets. We got a Cloud City magnet. Cloud City aerial tours. You won't find a better deal on Bespin. Huh. So these are for my fridge. Dagobah. The swamps of Dagobah. Visit you should. Yoda. Hidden jewel of the Outer Rim territory. Beautiful. And Beggar's Canyon, Tatooine, where dreams are born and rebels are made. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I love all that kind of stuff. Oh, here's Yoda from... He doesn't look so good. Yoda from my Dagobah planet. That's where he was the whole time. And then, oh my gosh, I think I spent like $3 on this tiny pin that was made for a cent. But that's my favorite scene, as you know. The binary sunset scene with Luke Skywalker. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. Do like whatever those what you call them, makeup people on YouTube do. This one's still in the box. I had to have this. I love Funko Pop stuff. I don't have, this is the only Funko Pop thing I had. I wanted to get the mini Jabba, but I just never ended up getting him. But this is the scene with Leia in her little bikini and Salacious Crumb and Jabba, and it's just adorable. I love it so much. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. Yeah, I know you're up there, but I'm not getting you. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. Maybe, I know unboxing videos are a thing. I don't really know if that's something you would be interested in. Maybe I could do that and take an hour to take something out of a box, because I take an hour to do everything. Speaking of Leia's bikini, I do have a bikini on myself. This is from Pop Rageous, I believe, and it's Leia's bikini. Yeah. I was actually thinking of wearing this, and I put it on, and I put like a little black mesh shirt over it, but it was just all boob, so I don't want to be a hoochie on here, so I'm just showing you guys. This is my Leia bikini top, my Leia bikini bottom. It's weird showing you guys that, but it's part of my Star Wars collection. So, oh, and to really bring it all together, this might be one of my favorite things, is my Princess Leia beach towel. Look at this. How beautiful is that? Oh, it even smells like the beach from when I brought it to the beach last time. Yeah, it's pretty special. Pretty gorgeous, isn't it? I love it. Yeah, she's a hot lady. I have a girl crush on her, and I miss her every freaking day. I really do. Carrie Fisher was a cool chick. She really was. She was really something else. She's a special one. A beautiful little stretched canvas art of the Millennium Falcon outrunning some TIE fighters, as you do. One of my personal favorites. It's a little shadow box of Luke in the binary sunset, of course. And that's another quote by, I believe it was Obi-Wan Kenobi. You must follow your own path. No one else can do it for you. Was that Obi-Wan? I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it so much. Yeah, this is pretty beautiful. I highly recommend this if you're a Star Wars fan, because it adds some kind of beauty to your space, and yeah, it's really beautiful, really special. Here's another shadow box. I ordered this on Etsy for Valentine's Day for my boyfriend a few years ago, and seeing as he's not, like, he had never seen Star Wars, and I know, and I'm sorry to do this to you. It's almost an hour-long video at this point, but I'm gonna go get Nova. She's been meowing up there. I'm just gonna bring her down. I think she wants to play with the toys, so. Okay, come on. Yeah, oh, there she is. Yep. There she is. Look at that little muffin. Ooh, she wants to play with Star Wars toys. Yay, say hi, Nova. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She was up there for a long time. But anyway, I forget the name of the seller that made this, but he makes them all by hand. He's very talented. This is a little dusty. I apologize. But it's a shadow box with Han and Leia silhouettes and a little origami TIE fighter in the middle. And it says, Kelly and Joe, I love you, I know. I just thought that was so perfect. I had to get it. In retrospect, it would have made more sense to get a paper mache Millennium Falcon. But hey, Luke's always there in the middle, so it works. It's really cute. I like that. I like it. Sorry, Joe. I know you're not the biggest Star Wars fan. Ooh. This is a beautiful scene. Check this out. Yoda and R2 in the swamps of Dagobah, a special Star Wars limited edition print. Limited edition print, baby, by Ralph McQuarrie, my favorite Star Wars artist. It's really beautiful. Look how beautiful that is. I've had this for years. I keep it in pristine condition, as you can see, between two slabs of cardboard and in a bubble wrapped shipping bag. but it's in perfect condition, so it works. I have yet to have it framed or laminated, so that's what I'm waiting on. Beautiful. Highly recommend any of Ralph McQuarrie's art. This one. All my Star Wars trading cards. I have pages upon pages of Star Wars trading cards. And look at this. I went through and I took out all the ones from the prequels because you guys can just, stay there. Yeah. You don't need them. So these are all, wow, these are from 1977. These are all from the original release. All these cards are from the original release. I got these at a comic book shop in Brooklyn. They're really nice. Whoever put these, whoever organized them did a really good job keeping them pristine. They're in great condition. They're on the back. They're all from the year that each of the films came out in. There's a whole bunch of them. And I only paid like $50 for them, which I thought was really good at the time. And it has all these quotes on the back. You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home. I love it. Look, I ain't in this for your revolution, and I'm not in it for you, princess. I expect to be well paid. I'm in it for the money. I can't beat Han quotes. No, that's not true. You can't beat Han delivery. And that's why the Solo movie's failing. Sorry, but that's not Han Solo. A little Star Wars journal, which so far just has drawings that I've done that have to do with Star Wars tattoos that I want to get. But I'm too chicken to get them. Or just haven't decided. I got the people from when Carrie Fisher passed away. Moment of silence. And then I have this Newsweek Harrison Ford one. I got this after seeing The Force Awakens when they killed Han Solo. So I was going through a little bit of a mourning crisis then too. And then last but not least, you guys know I have so many Star Wars shirts. This is one of my favorites. It's them playing as a rock band. Luke Skywalker is playing the electric guitar. Darth Vader is on the bass. Boba Fett. Wait, Boba Fett? I forget. This what happens to have boobs. Can't even see her own shirt. C-3PO's on the keyboard, of course, with R2 together. Is Boba Fett there? I don't remember. Han Solo. Oh wait. Yeah, it's a bass. Han Solo playing bass too. So many guitars. Carrie's singing. Look at her singing over there. Yeah, so cute. Anyway. So, you guys know I have so many Star Wars shirts. I've been wearing them for all my videos. I have way more. I have enough Star Wars shirts last year. And these are my Star Wars shoes, which you guys would never see unless I just held them up like this. So, these ones they're both Vans, which I love. Great shoe brand. These are my Hawaiian Yoda. If you can look closely, Yoda's hanging out there. There's Yoda. And then these are all just scenes from Star Wars, mostly with Han and Chewie, honestly. I thought there were more scenes, but it's all just, oh wait. It's all just Han and Chewie, and then there's like a Darth Vader one. So, yeah, pretty cool. So that's it. I'm kind of like sad that it's over, but this is a 50, wow, this is a long video. I'm so sorry. I did it again, guys. I made it longer. I was like, oh, this will be short. We're just going through stuff. I won't talk about it. But that's what happens. So anyway, that's my stuff. That's the tip of the iceberg, as I said. My like favorite stuff, my creme de la creme, is in Rhode Island. So I'd love to go through that with you guys at another point in time if you liked this video. Some things that I know I don't have anymore are like, which I ended up selling at a tag sale when my parents were moving because they wanted to get rid of stuff. I had a life-size cardboard cutout of Darth Vader, which I used to keep in my bedroom, which would scare the crap out of anybody that ever walked by my bedroom, which was really funny. I loved having that there. I had that there since I think middle school. I got it at like one of those old mall shops, and I remember carrying Darth Vader around with me. It was really funny, like around the mall for like an hour. I had a dewback, a pretty big dewback that was like in a big box with a stormtrooper on it. I sold that. I had a C-3PO and R2-D2 talking piggy bank where they like move forward and C-3PO would be like, you know, my name is C-3PO, human cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart R2-D2, and they would like do a little thing. Yeah, I sold a lot of stuff, unfortunately, but not my favorite things, not things like not irreplaceable things. So I still have a lot of my favorite stuff. I have an original Millennium Falcon, I have an AT-ST, I have a little baby AT-AT, I have a bunch of micro machines and a TIE fighter. I hung my TIE fighter and my Millennium Falcon up from my ceiling by fishing wire, which I think I mentioned in another video, which I was very proud of because it looked really cool. And just like a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, that's about it. I apologize for taking as long as I did. This was really kind of reliving a lot of my Star Wars collecting over the last few years. Other than the Han Solo blaster, all this stuff I've accumulated over the last 5 years. So the rest of the stuff that I have at home is stuff that I've accumulated since I was about 8 years old. So that's a longer haul. It's more sentimental for me. It's more nostalgic. But this stuff is a little more heavy on like the decor items since I'm a woman now and I decorate the home. So, you know, I have some of that stuff. And then books. I love my encyclopedia books. I love reading about that stuff. So yeah, so if you guys have a vote for which one or ones of the books you would like me to read, or which segments of the books you would like me to read in another video, let me know. And again, I just want to thank you guys so much. Oh, I'm gonna choke again. Hang on. I'm the least professional YouTuber alive. Yeah, I apologize again for that. Oh yeah, I want to thank you guys again for being so awesome and for always commenting and letting me know your opinions and your stories. And I need to get back to a lot of people because it's been a crazy week. It's been the last week of school for me, for my kids, like the last regular week of school. So it's been a lot of preparation in the last couple weeks. And yesterday was the art show for all the kids, which was beautiful but also heartbreaking because I'm saying goodbye to most of my students. So I've been going through a lot, like emotionally with that, and I haven't really been checking YouTube, like my side of YouTube. I've been consuming YouTube when I come home just to unwind. I've been watching videos and stuff, but I haven't been like checking my own comments and stuff just because I feel like when I do respond to you guys, I want to be like fully aware and fully invested and like be able to tell you, be able to like absorb what you guys say and also, you know, reflect my feelings on what you guys say. So I try to make it a point to respond to everybody, and I see in my like notifications tab most of what people say, and like everything you guys say is awesome. I'm so happy, but I need to like go through and read them all and respond to you guys. So if I haven't responded to you yet, or if I haven't responded to you, please don't think that I'm ignoring you. I'm not. I'm just, you know, I'm just crazy. I've been going through a lot with like school and stuff. So, but it's all good, and I will get back to you. And then some of the comments are hard to find because they're like comments on comments, and I haven't been able to go through all of them yet. I'm still like learning how to be a YouTube person. I'm great at consuming YouTube. I love like watching YouTube videos, but I've never thought ever that I would ever make anything on YouTube. So I'm getting used to that. I still haven't found, I don't know how to do direct messages. I haven't seen anything. I don't know how to do that. I can't find it anywhere. So like hopefully, you know, there's a learning curve. But hopefully I'll figure it all out eventually. But yeah, I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate you, how grateful I am that you guys are like interested in this stuff and loving this stuff and talking to me, and that I'm like, you know, promoting other people reliving their Star Wars experiences and their love of Star Wars, because that's really special to me. I love Star Wars. I love the Star Wars universe, and I think a lot has happened in the last few years that's kind of jolted people and made them question, you know, their love of Star Wars. And I don't want that to happen for people because it's always there. And the Star Wars that we know and love is there, and we're keeping it alive. And it's okay if bad Star Wars come out, if bad Star Wars films are made. It doesn't change what we love about it. So, you know, it's important to band together. You know, like I've been watching a lot of Jeremy with Geeks and Gamers, and Ivan Ortega, who does the edits, and he's so talented, and Jeremy hits on a lot of really good points. And like was it John Talks Star Wars, and obviously like Red Letter Media, like everybody that's talking about it, like it's relevant, like it's real. We are feeling these things for a reason, and it's really cool, and it's really important, like, because there is a deeper issue here. It isn't just about like it's just new Star Wars, get used to it, or it's like it's a movement. You know, there's something underneath it all that makes it polarizing and that makes it important to people. So we need to stay aware of that. It's really special. So if any of you made it to the end of the video, thank you, and I really appreciate you. And so let me know in the comments what you think, and what book you'd like me to start reading, because I would really love to do that. Anyway, thanks guys. Hope you have a great